Hey guys, it's been a while since we've done one of our mom chats, but Shane and I have had lots of conversations later about momming and parenting. And in case you don't know, I have two boys, she has two girls, and so we kind of always share stories about parenting kind of same-sex kids, but we wanted to open this up to kind of a broader subject of parenting to multiple children, and how you do that and how you find enough time for each of those kids, because when they're little, it's just so easy. The younger one just does whatever the older one wants to do, and you almost, as they kind of start to grow up, you almost try to fit that second one into the same box of the first one, and that's not necessarily fair because they're different. I mean, they just are. And so we've just been talking through kind of advice, and we want help from you too. So chime in on this.
Yes, let us know what works for you guys, please. So I have my oldest daughter. She is more of the tomboy type. She is more kind of rough and tumble. She wants to wear her shorts and t-shirt and her sneakers every day. And then my youngest daughter is all princess, all girl, all the time. She's in dress-up clothes. She has every little princess nightgown and can't wait to go to Disney World and all those things. So they're very different people. And so learning how to appreciate them for who they are,
that's a big
and
thing.
Recognizing that they are different has been really great. I want them to be unique. I want them to feel 100% comfortable with who they are. And I think that's my job as a mom, to celebrate them and allow them to be exactly who they are.
Yes. I so agree.
I think that doing things one-on-one with them is always fun. If I can just take Kennedy to her soccer practice by herself, we can walk there and we get good talk time in on the way and on the way back. Whereas my little one, if I can just, when the big girl is at school, if my little one and I can just play princess make-believe, have a tea party, that kind of thing, I can talk to her and get a lot out of her that way about maybe what's going on with her and how she's feeling, that kind of stuff.
And how that also, all of that kind of fits into the schedule as working moms, because even though we work from home, we're not just pure stay-at-home moms. And to be perfectly honest, even if you just volunteer in your child's school, I don't know many moms in today's world that don't do something or don't volunteer somehow. And so how do you split your time between all that and have time for your kids? I mean, I feel like we're kind of in the same boat sometimes with my two boys. My older is fun and smart and loves sports and kind of has that first child, if I don't get it perfectly on the first time, gets really frustrated. And then there's my second, and he's just kind of a big goofball. But you don't realize he's listening, and then suddenly he'll come around and you'll go, oh yeah. He heard that whole conversation and he saw what happened with my first one, and he figured out how to get around it maybe without doing something wrong, or I don't know. He because probably it's the second, he observes more and then takes action. And my first one does stuff and then maybe feels the consequences of it later.
That's
if
true,
that makes sense.
Sure.
So it's just interesting, and I know with my boys, they both enjoy sports, and so I had heard from another mom, at some point, unless they just want to, don't have them in the same sport.
Right.
Because you will always compare them.
Yes, absolutely.
And right now, soccer is our sport. So it's
us too. Both the girls are in soccer too right now.
And I think that's the season of a life. Everybody does soccer.
Yeah.
But how do you navigate that, and how do you find that child in their place?
So for Karis, my little one, we have also not allowed her to, but she expressed interest in ballet classes.
Yes.
And so I found a ballet class, and it's really sweet. It's with a lot of our neighbors in the area, and it's on Mondays when our big kid's at school. And to watch her like shine and thrive,
Be in her own element.
She's 100% in her element. Soccer we're doing because she's 3, and it's a first team sport for her, and she does want to do it. But this ballet, like, she walks in and she sees the instructor, and she's very serious about it. She takes it very serious, and she wants to be right next to the instructor the whole time and like really absorb everything. That's not my older daughter, that's just not her thing. So I think gymnastics, other places, soccer, she's really thriving in. I think it's great to, again, listen to them. What are they saying that they're interested in? What do they want to do? Go for it. Help them to try that out. And if it works, great. And if it's not, move on to something else.
Yes.
That's one thing I feel like my parents always did when raising me. They never pushed me into something and said, you have to do this and be the best at it. But they said, try it. If you want to do it, try it. And then go from there.
I think that's wonderful. I think that's good. And I think the whole dates, kind of taking moments and having those special times with just that individual child are just really important. I know my older Anders, he often says, Mom, I love our dates. Like I know our school has a mother-son. They have a daddy-daughter dance and a mother-son kind of thing. And he still talks about, we just went to a pizza parlor. I mean, but he still talks about that. And my younger Liam, it was so fun when Anders was a little older and he was already in elementary school, and my younger son, I would pick him up from his pre-K and we would just go get a treat. Yeah. Or just kind of go have that moment.
Yes, we do the same.
It's just funny. I feel like it's a constant reminder or a constant effort to make sure that I'm seeing them for themselves and their individual personalities, and I mean, just kind of every day recommitting to not just putting them both in one box.
Right, exactly. And I think too, we've talked about this before, getting to know your second child when the first one kind of goes off to school, you have more time to be with that second child and learn more about them. Don't you think?
Yes, and it's kind of a habit to break because that second one has always been your little errand buddy.
Yes, they go in the car with you. They're constantly on the go. It's whatever big sister's doing or whatever we have to get done for the day.
Yes,
yeah,
and
absolutely.
It's good to stop.
Yeah.
And have those moments with them, and not just run the errands and get through stuff and all that, but actually have those.
She's wanting to form her own friends.
Yes.
And so she's wanting play dates and things like that, which is really sweet, which, I mean, I did every day with my first. But now the second one is getting to have her little play dates and stuff and find her own friends, not just siblings of those that we're already friends with. So
yes. So anyway, this is where we are right now. This is our season of life. We'd love for y'all to comment or DM us and tell us kind of your successes and failures, and we're kind of all in this together. That's what Mom Chat is all about.
Yes.
And if you have any ideas of things that you want us to discuss kind of out there, we would love to do that too. And at some point, maybe we'll do one of these live so we can take kind of questions as we go. But thank y'all so much. Happy weekend, everybody.
Have a good day.